Hey there, gang. Today I want to talk about measuring weight, how heavy something is. Weight is how heavy something is. Okay, I'm sure you've had your weight taken at the doctor. You measure how heavy you are. Simple enough. We talked about capacity, how much goes inside of something, how much something can hold. Weight is how heavy it is. All right, so let's talk about some units of measure. What are some ways we can measure how heavy something is? Well, we have three basic units that we're going to use. They're called the ounce, the pound, and the ton. All right, so just like with capacity, I tried to give you some things that you could remember. So you knew a gallon was the milk jug, and the quart was the peanut butter jar. I want to give you some things to try to think of when you hear those words: ounces, pounds, and tons. An ounce is very, very light. If we wanted to measure light things, we would use ounces to measure them. An ounce is about the weight of one slice of bread. Okay, one slice of bread. You take a slice of bread out of the bag, that weighs about an ounce. Now, is every slice of bread an ounce? No. Why? Is every slice of bread the same size? No. Okay, they're made of different things. So sometimes it could be a little heavier, sometimes it might be a little lighter. But an ounce is about the weight of a slice of bread. So that's what we're going to try to think of. When we hear the word ounce, one slice of bread. The abbreviation for ounce is OZ. Even though there's no Z in the word, OZ is the abbreviation for ounce. Okay? Now, getting bigger, if we want to measure things that are a little heavier, we go to the pound. Okay? The pound. An ounce is a slice of bread. A pound is the loaf of bread. When you go to the grocery store, if you buy a loaf of bread that's in the bag, that weighs a pound. Okay? That weighs a pound. The abbreviation for pound, LB. There's no L or B in the word pound, but that's the abbreviation for pound. So, 1 ounce, okay, is the slice of bread. Pound is the loaf of bread, okay? And most things in your house that you're going to measure, if they're not super light, your classroom or your house, you're gonna weigh them in pounds. I'm looking around this classroom right now. The tables, pounds. The chairs, pounds. The bookcases, pounds. I'm still looking around. Cabinets, pounds. Most things that we see are going to weigh in pounds, unless they're light. If they're very, very light, box of pencils, ounces. Box of tissues, ounces. Things that are smaller and lighter are going to be ounces. Most things are going to be pounds. Now, when we get things that are very, very, very heavy, okay, then we get to the ton. Okay, ton. Now, a full-grown big polar bear might weigh 1 ton, okay? I usually tell my kids, think about cars outside, okay? Your car probably weighs about a ton, okay? Maybe a little less because think of most of it's hollow, but that engine, it's heavy. It weighs about a ton, okay? So I usually think car, polar bear, cow, big cow, bull, something like that, about a ton. So, 3 different units. Slice of bread, ounce. Very, very light things, ounces. Heavy thing, or most things, pounds. Loaf of bread. Heavy, heavy, heavy things, tons. Okay? As I look around this classroom, there's nothing in this classroom, and there's nothing in your classroom that weighs a ton. Okay? Nothing. None of your cabinets, they don't weigh a ton. Now, if you put stuff on them, it might, but in your classroom, there's nothing in there that weighs a ton. Okay? Because tons are very, very heavy. Now, how many ounces does it take to make a pound? It takes, I need to slide this up, it takes 16 ounces to make a pound. 16 ounces make a pound. I need to make this smaller for a minute because I lost my, gotta slide that up too. Scooch, there we go. All right, 16 ounces make a pound. So 16 slices of bread would equal 1 pound. Here's the way I remember that. I always remembered it because the number 16 looks just like the abbreviation for pound. Okay, that LB looks like a 16 to me, and that was the way I could always remember 16 ounces make the pound. Okay? And then to make a ton, tons are real heavy, so we need a lot of pounds. We would need 2,000 pounds to make a ton. 2,000 loaves of bread would equal 1 ton. Okay? So think about your weight right now. If you weigh, I don't know, if you weigh 63 pounds, you would weigh the same as 63 loaves of bread. right? Okay, all right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some different things. We're going to talk about, would it be a certain number of ounces? So you're going to think slices of bread, pounds, loaves of bread, or tons, polar bears. Okay? So let's take a look at the weight of a cell phone. The weight of a cell phone. Cell phone. Are they heavy? No, they're not. Okay? They're actually very, very light. So how much would the cell phone weigh? I gave you 3 options. Okay? Would it be 7 ounces? Remember, an ounce is a slice of bread. Would it be 7 ounces? Would it be 7 pounds, 7 loaves of bread? Or would it be 7 tons, 7 polar bears? Okay? Which would it be? Yeah, sure, it's going to be 7 ounces because it's small. The smaller things are probably going to be ounces, right? 7 ounces is what that would be. All right? Let's take a look at a school bus full of children weighs about, now, school bus, big, right? Full of children, adding more weight to it. A school bus full of children, okay? Would it be 12 ounces, 12 slices of bread? Would it be 12 pounds, 12 loaves of bread? Or would it be 12 tons, 12 polar bears? Which would weigh the same as a bus full of, sure, it's going to be heavy, heavy. That's going to be 12 tons. 12 tons. All right? And let's do one more. Your classroom chair might weigh what? Now, again, it changes because different classrooms have different kinds of chairs. In this room, the chairs are made of plastic, and they're really actually kind of light, okay? But they're not super light. So, your classroom chair, from the choices I gave you, 9 ounces, 9 pounds, 9 tons. Again, think 9 slices of bread, 9 loaves of bread, 9 polar bears, okay? Your chair is probably going to weigh what? Yeah, it's going to be 9 pounds. 9 pounds would be the best estimate from those things there, okay? And that's all we're doing, gang. We're making the best that we're saying. What's reasonable? As we talk about measurement, we talk about estimating, which is making a prediction. You have to choose something that's reasonable. Way too light, way too heavy, right? So that's the most reasonable answer. So that's really what you got to think of. All right, so measuring weight, okay? 3 things you want to try to remember. An ounce is a slice of bread. Very, very light things. Your mail, the mail that comes, ounces, right? Trying to think of other light things. Paper towel, ounces, right? Very, very light. Okay. Pounds, going to be most of the things that you see. Your television, pounds. Your bed, pounds. You might think, well, my bed's heavy. It's not tons heavy, okay? It's not tons heavy, okay? Anything that 2 people can pick up and carry is not going to be a ton, okay? Tons are heavy, heavy, heavy. All right. And then tons, of course, is something that's much, much, much larger. 16 ounces make a pound, okay? Remember that LB looks like, the LB for pound looks like 16. 2,000 pounds make a ton. All right? So that's measuring weight. All right? Ounces, pounds, tons. You just want to try to make the most reasonable estimate that you can. All right? Work hard, gang. I'll see you next time.